Hey YouTube, for those of you who haven't noticed, this isn't Slim from SlimXTeamSymmetry. No, this isn't Slim. This is TinyMech, everybody's favorite Northern California judge, and I'm here today to show you guys a deck profile of a deck that I used at yesterday's San Jose Regionals. And by yesterday, I'm saying that I'm recording this on a Sunday. I don't know when Slim's gonna get it up, but yesterday's San Jose Regional on September 29th, I'm going to be showing you guys the deck that I got top 8 with, and I'm going to be going over just some of the reasons I chose certain cards. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, guys. Alright, let's jump into this deck profile. I apologize in advance if there's any glares, like as you can see right here, the light in my room is directly overhead. So let's start off with the main deck. This is Chaos Hieratics, you guys. To start off, we have one Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. He is a key card in the deck. I don't see why you wouldn't run him. 3 Heretic Dragon of Sue to help set off your main Heretic combos. 3 Heretic Dragon of Tefnuit because, well, he works with Sue. I don't think there's any other reason. 2 level 6 Vanilla Dragons, Wattail Dragon and Luster Dragon number 2. As the vanilla dragons that you bring out through Tefnuit and Sue's effects. 2 Dark Flare dragons. I actually decided to run these because running these made it so I didn't have to waste side deck slots on DD Crow. And by running these, I was also able to send Light Pulsar Dragon from my deck to the graveyard, or send Red Eyes from my deck to the graveyard whenever I needed to. In addition, it also made use out of wasted cards in my hand like Wattail Dragon or Luster Dragon number 2. I didn't have to worry about them being dead in my hand. 3 Light Pulsar Dragons. 3 Pulsars for obvious reasons. This is Chaos. This is a Chaos deck. I have a total of 3 targets for Pulsar Dragon whenever he hits the graveyard. So 3 Pulsar Dragons as mandatory cards. 1 Black Luster Soldier for, well, obvious reasons. The typical tour guide Sangan lineup. Just the 3, I don't run Night Assailant. I found out that you don't need Night Assailant, and most of the time you're going to draw into him anyways. 2 Raikos and 2 Lilas. Raikos are in here to destroy cards on the field as well as thin out your deck, getting those Pulsars or your Red Eyes into the graveyard, getting Lights and Darks into the graveyard as well. And Lilas are in here to bait out Bottomless. I think I used Lila's effect only a few times the entire tournament. Most of the time it was summon Lila, they Bottomlessed it, and then I special summoned Tefnuit and special summoned Sue and won that turn. But occasionally I do actually get Lila's destruction effect off. Whenever I do, it's actually pretty nice. 2 Maxis and 2 Veilers. 2 Maxis because that's all I could afford. I couldn't afford a 3rd Maxi, and I thought 2 was actually enough, especially with how tight the deck is already. And 2 Effect Veilers because 3 isn't that great anymore, especially with how popular hero decks are. And I apologize if you guys don't like how I'm spreading the deck out, but it makes it easier. Instead of stacking them up, you guys can actually see the different cards during the course of the profile. 1 Gores and 2 Trigodias for your main hand trap monsters. Trag is actually one of the MVPs of the deck because the whole concept of being able to steal other monsters and exceed them away. Along with that, I summon a Trag after I go Maxi, I'm gonna win. Guaranteed. I ran 2-Dimensional Alchemists. What this guy does basically is you banish the top card of your deck, and then he gains 500 attack until the end phase. When he is destroyed by battle, you can add 1 banished monster to your hand. That's the main effect that I used, because I'm banishing monsters left and right to summon Pulsar, Dark Flare, and BLS, and sometimes my monsters even get banished when they're bottomless. And this lets me add them back to my hand. Like, most of the time, you don't want to banish Valor for a Chaos Monster because you want to eventually Pot of Avarice that Valor back. You don't care anymore because you have Alchemist. If Alchemist gets destroyed, you get that Valor back and you get to negate another card. Next, I ran 2 Super Nimble Mega Hamster. This card basically stood as an 1800 defensive monster. Along with that, whenever it's flipped face up, whether it be attacked or when I flip summon it, I get a Raikou from my deck in face down defense position, which is really good. And finally, it's also a level 4, which functions well with my rank 4 Xyz. I ran 1 Divine Dragon Apocryph. What Apocryph does is you can discard a card to target 1 dragon in your graveyard and add that dragon to your hand. So most of the time what you're going to do is you're going to summon Apocryph, discard Wattail or Luster Dragon, or any other dead card in your hand, and add Red Eyes back to your hand, or add Pulsar back to your hand, or if you have a Heretic on the field, add Sue back to your hand. There's all sorts of different combos. But then another way it's also good is if your opponent doesn't have any monsters, you can't start your Heretic combos. However, if you have Apocryph and Red Eyes in your hand, you can normal summon Apocryph, banish him for Red Eyes, and then use Red Eyes' effect to get your Heretic combos started. So Apocryph's amazing. On top of that, he's also a dark. He adds in another dark monster, so there's a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dark monsters in the deck. And the rest of them are light, except for the 2 Maxi and 2 Hamsters, which are Earth. And then next we have the spells, 2 Heretic Sealed Convocation, 2 MSTs, and then the one-ofs, Avarice, Darkhole, Reborn, and Heavy Storm. So that makes up the main deck, you guys. You know what? Let me just get that off to the side. Next, we're going to go over the extra deck. For the extra deck, I ran 3 Heretic Atombs. He is just obviously good. You want to run 3. 3 Gaia Dragons, since my main Xyzes are rank 6s, and whenever they use up their materials, I'm going to go into Gaia Dragons for the piercing damage as well as the OTK factor. 1 Exabeetle. You use him to get rid of Zen mains or any other problem child that your opponent has on the field. Along with that, if you use Pulsar or Sangan for its effect, you also get their effects to go off. 1 Swordbreaker, he's possibly the best card, the best rank 6 in my opinion, because of his Catastor-like effect. It actually won me a good chunk of my matches. 1 Photon Strike Bouncer for his negation effect. I played against somebody round 9. Round 9, a Dino Rabbit player didn't know that Bouncer can negate Fossil Dino when it attacks. Or when I attack a Dino and it flips face up, he didn't know that Bouncer can negate that. If I didn't go into Bouncer, I would have lost that round, guaranteed. Bouncer is amazing. That's all I'm trying to get across. 1 Tyrus. The reason why I ran Tyrus is because of this card. And where's the other guy? Where's the other guy? I can't find him. He's Dark Flare Dragon. It's because of Dark Flare Dragon. Dark Flare Dragon with Trigodia makes a Tyrus, basically. Against Samurais is when you mainly summon Tyrus because they go attack, you drop a Trag, you discard Dark Flare to steal their Naturia Beast, their Catastor, their Shien, or their Grandmaster, and then you make a Tyrus, just like that, and you're able to stop them from really doing anything for a few turns at least. And then on top of that, afterwards, it's a Gaia Dragon. Next, we have 2 Maestroke and a Queen Dragon de Jin. Maestroke for obvious reasons. Queen Dragon gets you back any Heretic that you can then tribute into a Sue, or into a Red Eyes, or into anything you want. 1 Levier, for obvious reasons, and 1 Acid Golem. Those are the only level 3s I ran because I only ran 3 level 3 monsters. I don't think I need to run any more than that. And finally, 1 Black Rose Dragon for the Tefnuit normal summon Valor plays. So that makes up the extra deck, you guys. And finally, let's go over the side deck. For the side deck, 2 Thunder King Ryos. Sided these in almost every single game. It works against just about anything Mainly, it works great against gadgets, along with windups, because their combos won't go off unless they can either search their deck or special summon monsters. 1 Victoria and 2 Kawakimeru Dragos in case I went up against Chaos Dragons. Victoria, everybody knows what it does. Kawakimeru Dragos it's a Kawakimeru monster, so at the end phase I have to reveal a dragon or destroy it. And what it does is, while it's face up on the field, light and dark monsters cannot be special summoned. So this stops Chaos Dragons from doing anything. And Drago is just all around good. But I didn't get a chance to side in any of these 3 cards, because I didn't go up against any Chaos Dragons. Next we have 2 Kinetic Soldiers for Heroes and 6 Samurais. 2 System Downs for any machine decks. 2 Royal Decrees, which went into the deck almost every single game. 2 Prohibitions, which I sided no matter what I was going up against. I sided this shit no matter what. And finally, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for Dark World and Inzectors. So that's the deck, you guys. That's what I ran this weekend. I got 8th place. My final record was 8 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. So I was 8-1-1. After 10 rounds, overall it was really good. I'm actually surprised that Slim sent me a message about doing this deck profile for his channel, but nonetheless I'm actually really honored that he wanted a video from me onto his channel. So thank you to Slim from SlimXTeamSymmetry. I hope that you include a link to my channel somewhere in an annotation, or at least in the description below. And that's all I have for you guys for now. So until next time, be sure to comment below on anything you have about the deck. Subscribe to myself, TinyMech, and Slim from SlimXTeamSymmetry. Sorry about that little mess up. And of course, thumbs up this video and favorite it, guys. That's all I have for now, so until next time, this is TinyMech, signing out.